Professor Rajan Pillai. He is a professor of medicine and business. You are here, sir, for a particular MOU.
So thank you very much for having me here. I really appreciate the invitation to join you and to join the AIMS, IIM and IIA teams, IIM teams, IIT teams here to enter, as you said, into this MOU.
Sir.
So I am a professor of medicine and a professor of business at the University of Alabama at Birmingham, where I also run the Hirstink Institute for Biomedical Innovation. It's one of the first such institutes in the USA, and our core mission is to train both physicians and non-medical personnel to be able to transform healthcare by being creative, innovative, and entrepreneurial. So in the context of that mission, I think the partnership with AIMS, IIM, and IIT is going to be mutually beneficial. I think it's a well-known fact that healthcare is not where it should be, and in terms of cost, in terms of quality, in terms of access. And it requires a new way of, it requires a rethink and a reconceptualization of healthcare, and hence the focus currently on an innovation-based approach. So I think this partnership is going to be extremely exciting. The MOU is going to enable faculty from AIMS, IIM, and IIT to visit my institute in the US, and likewise faculty from there visit here. We will also encourage the exchange of students between the institutions, and more importantly, I think, start creating a global research culture that transcends both the USA and India, and specifically in Jammu and Kashmir as well. So we're really looking forward to that. I think one of the positive side effects of an innovation-based approach is that it spurs entrepreneurship. If we're able to spur and encourage entrepreneurship, then not only does healthcare benefit, but the general economy benefits, because what you'll find is an emergence of new health-related startups that can, actually translate what we do in these institutions to actually take them to market, to scale it, and therefore drive economic growth. So the whole agenda for health innovation has both health-related and economic advantages as well. So, hopefully we'll succeed in that.
Professor Rajan Pillai, this is the first MOU in AIMS in India,
Yeah.
or some more you have done in the country, sir?
No, this is the first.
Wow, great.
So we're really excited about it. AIM's reputation precedes it. So does IIM and IIT. And I think, apart from this being the first MOU with a global partner, what is very exciting to me is this trilateral approach that includes IIM and IIT. In all my years in academia, I've never participated in this multilateral kind of partnership. The reality is we're only going to succeed if we do this as partners. And I think Dr. Gupta has seeded what could be, I think, a transformative approach to education in the world. So I'm looking forward to participating in this.
Your experience
Right.
with our idea.
So I think my relationship with Dr. Gupta goes back, I would say, about 12 years, when he invited me to teach on his health management development program. I think, one of the key qualities that he has is his ability to be creative, his ability to be innovative, and his ability to be entrepreneurial. And that's a key leadership skill that very few people in health and healthcare possess. I think if you look at his, the number of new projects over the last few decades that he has been instrumental in starting, it says a lot about the kind of person that Dr. Gupta is. I mean, apart from the fact that he's extremely technically competent and he's motivated. To me, what I admire most about Dr. Gupta is his entrepreneurialism in this academic context. And I think, what you're witnessing now is just an example of that entrepreneurialism.
Great. So. Our viewers would like to know from your great experience, when you ever talks about the Jammu and Kashmir and abroad, whether in US in any country, what those citizens feels, and particular now you are in J&K,
Yeah.
it is a militancy born area.
Right.
How do you like and how do you feel in your friends in whole of the world, sir?
Well, this is my second visit, and I must say I was looking forward to it. Firstly, I enjoy coming back to India. My roots are in India, although I am a fourth generation South African that's now in the US for about 15 years. It's great to come back, but it's always exciting to come to J&K. I mean, I think it's a beautiful part of the world and a beautiful part of India. I think the people are fantastic and hospitable. And I'm just glad now that you have this fantastic initiative based here, because I think this partnership is going to give me this opportunity to come back and come back often, but bring colleagues with me, bring friends with me, and bring family with me. And I think, it's a beautiful place to be. It's a beautiful place to have aims. It's a beautiful place to have, for me, to have a partnership with AIMS, IIT, and IIM here in Jammu. So, it's. I'm looking forward. This is the start of what's going to be, I can tell you, a long but a transformative partnership.
Okay. Professor Rajan Pillai, sir, whole of the world now, eyes on Ukraine and Russia war.
Yeah.
Whole of the world is there. India is also a great sufferer, particularly the students.
Yeah.
They're in a great trouble, sir. Mm-hmm. You've got a vast experience and
Right.
almost in the world. Sir, what will be the fate of this Ukraine and Russia war in particular, in which now your great self is in India, your own
Right.
country? What will be the fate of those students? They
Yeah.
suffer very badly. Your experience, sir.
Right. Well, I think, generally, I think what's happening is a travesty and it's a tragedy. I mean, for a country to be, a sovereign state to be invaded, the logic behind that is unimaginable. But ultimately, in war, it's the innocent people that suffer. And that's exactly what we're seeing play out now. And it tugs at your heart to see family and to see, being separated, to see kids having to leave their dads. And, I was not aware that there were so many Indian students in Ukraine until now. And of course, they've also experienced some tragedy, and it's extremely sad. It's extremely sad because I think this approach of exposing our kids to different education systems, to different healthcare systems across the world is only going to benefit India in the long run. But what has happened in Ukraine is now going to cast aspersions on that approach. And I think, I certainly hope and pray, firstly, that all of them that are there are safe, and that their families here, keep strong. And I think, as sad as it is, I think the model of training people abroad should not change. I mean, I think, do we choose the countries that we send our children to more discerningly in the future? I think, yeah, as a parent, surely those are kinds of things that we should do. It obviously now is going to force us to categorize different parts of the world based on risk to our kids and make decisions in terms of where we're going to send them based on that. But yeah, it really is sad.
Professor Ruben Pillai, JLK Media is not getting words to give you thanks a lot of on this very prestigious time we have taken. I'm sure whole of the audience in our country or abroad, in particular in Ukraine or in those our student has come there in a problem, your word will give them a lot of ease and lot of benefit, encouragement. Thank you very much, Professor Ruben Pillai.
For more updates, do subscribe our YouTube channel and don't forget to hit the bell notification icon. And if you are watching this video on Facebook, do follow our Facebook page.